Hi, how are you? Let's give it a few seconds for some people to chime in and hop on the stream here. We're going to talk for a little while. Can't stay too long because we have a newscast tonight, so I have to get the forecast going and get ready for that. But just wanted to bring you up to date on what we're expecting through the rest of the afternoon. And as is always the case with these types of systems, it's going to come down to location and where you are. Okay. When all is said and done, and how much wind there will be, and how fast or how high the gusts will be. So it's really going to depend on your location. As we've got Adam checking in. Good afternoon to you. Hello, Darlene, Larissa as well. Hey there, Jim. Good afternoon to you. Rick checking in. Hello. Kenneth, yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of that going on. I do anticipate there will be some power outages as we get into the deeper into the afternoon, into the evening. Let's see. Kathy says, damn, it's windy. Yeah. Erie's a suspect spot. We'll go over why. Christine, super windy as well. Thank you for that. Very windy in Lawrence Park. Thank you, Terry. It's probably too windy to even fly a kite, Bill Campbell. Lake City, right on the lake. Yeah, Sherry, you'll be rocking and rolling this afternoon. Yep, make sure the trash cans are in. Make sure the Christmas decorations are secure, because if not, they're going to blow away. Let's see. Hello, Wendy. Let's see. Lena is checking in. Brian from Corey. What's up? Tree down on Station Road. Probably a few trees coming down out of this one, too. Let's see. Karen says the ruby red slippers are on. No tornadoes. We're not getting those, thankfully. But what a night it was down to the south and west. It's just an unbelievable storm. We'll kind of go into the mechanics of what's going on as well, if you're interested, if you care. 27th and Downing, just breezy. That will become windy. Ann Stewart's checking in from Jamestown. Tom, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Linda's checking in from Erie. Deanna, I live in Northeast, so I just came from there. So yes, I agree. Windy in Youngsville. Youngsville, you'll be windy, but not quite as bad as the others, as some other places. Yeah, same with Meadville, Mary Kay. Probably not as strong, but still windy. Let's see. Getting windy down here, raining now. Yeah, the front moving through, and now that the front's going through, we're really going to see the winds pick up. Let's see. Hello, Karen, Dottie. Thanks for being here. Let's see. We got some. Let's see. Jill from Meadville. Raining hard in Titusville. Branch landed on my house. Brandon, I hope it's okay. Let's see. Joe, wrong post. We're talking weather here, buddy. Not going down that road. Charge your electronics. Good point, Dave. Yeah. Okay. Propane grill just blew over in Cambridge Springs. Same with Waterford, I bet. Okay. So here's the deal. Depending on where you are, will depend on what type or how strong the winds will be. So it is a wind advisory, basically areas south of I-90, speaking to the fact that, yeah, it's still going to be windy, but nothing compared to what's going to occur right near the lake tonight. So what's happening is the cold front's going through, and now we're going to watch the winds shift into the west and southwest. And at the same time, there's a storm system that's moving through the central Great Lakes and deepening or lowering its air pressure. And basically, it's taking the wind that's upstairs in the atmosphere and transferring it to the ground. We call that an isobaric wind. And anytime a storm lowers its air pressure, like this one is doing, basically right over top of you or just to the west of you, like this one is doing, it gets pretty windy. And that's certainly the case here as we go through the afternoon and deeper into the evening hour. So high wind warnings are in effect northern Erie County Lake shoreline into Ashtabula County near the lake. Chautauqua County high wind warning for the entire area. But again, the strongest wind gusts are going to be right near the Lake Erie shoreline. You get south of I-90 and it's a wind advisory. Again, speaking to the fact that, hey, it's going to be windy, but just not quite as strong. So the wind advisory, we'll see if they extend this, but that actually expires at 7 o'clock tonight for interior sections of Erie County, Crawford, Warren County. It's still going to be breezy. It's not like 7 o'clock is going to come and then it's just going to stop being windy. It's still going to be windy as we go through the overnight and into Sunday. But the wind speeds, or the wind gusts, I should say, won't be quite as bad over southern parts of Erie County into Crawford and Warren County. So that's until 7. The wind warning for northern Erie County is through 11 o'clock tonight. So we should see the winds rocking and rolling as we go deeper into the afternoon and into this evening. So what are we talking about here? Let's zoom in, and these are wind gusts, which means they're occasional, but they will be frequent. Okay, this is not the sustained wind, so there's a difference between a sustained wind and wind gusts. So this is the wind gusts that we think will likely occur as we go deeper into the afternoon and into this evening. So you can see by far and away the strongest wind gusts will be right near Lake Erie, the I-90 ridge north up to the shoreline, 55 to 65 mile per hour gusts developing as we go deeper into the afternoon, as winds shift into the west and southwest. You got to remember that the lake, it's a flat surface, right? So the wind just kind of blows across that lake. There's nothing to slow it down. Meanwhile, the wind over the land, there's friction, right? So it encounters trees and hills and buildings and stuff like that. So it tends to slow the wind speed down a little bit. But if you're right on the water, there's nothing to slow that wind down. So that's why the strongest gusts are going to likely be right near the Lake Erie shoreline as we go into the afternoon and this evening. So between 55 and 65 miles an hour. Now, 65, could there be some higher gusts? Sure. But like 70 mile per hour gusts is an outlier, okay? Meaning that not everyone will see it. Probably only an isolated select few will see wind gusts over 65. So I think a pretty good range for Erie and the Lake Erie shoreline is between 55 and 65. But notice as you drop south of I-90, the wind gusts aren't as bad, aren't as intense. 45 to 55 miles an hour as you go inland away from Lake Erie. Basically, the takeaway, the farther away from the lake you are, the less the wind will be. So as you can see, it drops off to 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts, Warren County south and east over Forest and Venango County. So yeah, it's still going to be breezy, but the strongest gusts by far and away are going to be here in northern Erie County as we head deeper into the afternoon. A lot of people checking in, so I will try and get to your comments. Let's see. Windy and raining in Wattsburg. The rain will be shifting away because that's the cold front. Yeah, windy by the Lake Larissa. That's where the strongest gusts are going to be as we go into the afternoon. Let's see. Sherry says, big wind gusts here, watching my tree move back and forth in my yard. There you go. Big wind. Hello, Terry. Good afternoon to you. I know it's unbelievable, the tornado outbreak that has been occurring down across Kentucky and Tennessee and Arkansas. Yeah, windy in Meadville, Rose, but not quite as bad as what it will be later today in Erie and right near the lake. Lights blinking by Erie Cemetery. Thank you for that. Gonna be rough at the airport. We'll see. We'll see. If Celine, the airport queen, is on, maybe she has some insight on that. But you know, especially with winds being south and west. That's a crosswind, especially when they're southerly, but we're going to see them veer into the west, but it's going to be windy near the airport as we head deeper into the afternoon. Let's see, lights flickering, dotty, very windy in Sagertown. Yeah, I like you guys for about 45 to 55 mile per hour gusts in Sagertown. Christmas lights are flying off. Yeah, hopefully you were able to secure those. Okay, Bill says so far there are no cancellations, so that's good. How high are the gusts now? Let me take a look. I haven't. Let me see what we're doing here in Erie, because I just got to work here myself, and I just wanted to pop on here and give you guys an update. So we're already gusting 45 to 50 in Erie. Okay, and that's likely going to continue to go up as we head through the afternoon and into the evening. Okay. I know it's so sad, Brandon. It really is. Right now we're gusting 45 to 50, and I think by the time we get to the afternoon, 55 to 65. Daryl, where are you? That would be a big help, my man. Let's see. My leaves are gone. It's blowing the leaves away. That's for sure. Yeah, Presque Isle is going to take a beating out of this one, unfortunately. So, okay, power out in Fairview, at least at Brian's house. An outlier means it's not likely to happen. So when I say, let's just say the forecast for wind gusts, I have 55 to 65. Could there be some higher gusts? 65 to 70, sure, but it's an outlier, meaning it's not likely to happen. However, one or two places could have a gust over 65. So that's all an outlier is. So Schultz Road, Area Mill Creek. Thank you for that. Kathy, how are you? Yeah, in French Creek, because again, like I was saying, Becky, the farther away from the lake you are, the better you're going to be. It's still going to be windy, but if you're right on the water, if you're north of 90, it is going to be a noisy night. It is going to be the potential for some damaging gusts as we go into the overnight hours. So, or at least late afternoon and into the evening. We should start to see the wind speeds lower a little bit as we go into the overnight. Yeah, Watertown. Presume Watertown, New York. Yeah, they're with that wind coming in off of Lake Ontario. Let's see. Yeah, don't go out on a boat. Not good. The rain will be leaving if you have it. That's going to taper off pretty quick. So not bad in Corey, nor will it be. I mean, it's still going to be windy, but the strongest gusts, again, will be right near Lake Erie. There is no tornado. We're not concerned about tornadoes here. The upper level support for tornadoes isn't there. We like to see wind shear at different levels of the atmosphere. We do not have that over us. This is what we call synoptic wind. So equal opportunity wind. That means everybody gets it. Technically, it's called isobaric wind, actually. But the point here is strongest gusts will be near the Lake Erie shoreline. Logan's out chasing 50 mile per hour gusts in Barcelona. Thank you for that. No power in Bell Valley. So, okay. Is there any snow behind this tomorrow or Monday? Not really. There might be a few wet snow showers around tonight, but that's it. Laura says freaky weather. Well, here's the thing. This is a La Nina winter. As we go into a moderate La Nina winter, this is how it's going to be. So get used to it. It is going to be a windy season. So, okay. All right. So as we look ahead here, when we talk about wind speeds, this is, if you're familiar, the Beaufort scale. So really, when we start looking for damage, 50, 55 miles an hour, you may lose a shingle or two, or a weakened tree comes down. we can pretty much handle that. It's when you get to 60, 65 miles an hour, which is possible tonight near the Lake Erie shoreline. That's when there's damaging. That's when we start getting concerned. We start paying a little bit more attention. So we're going to see how this plays out as we go into the afternoon. Bob Burns, that is a great point. So when the front goes through, we'll get some clearing. Clear skies is only adding insult to injury to this, because that is allowing the air molecules to speed up even more, right? And it allows that downward momentum transfer to happen with the wind that's very, very strong, 70 to 80 knots, 3,000 feet up, to come down to the surface. So with a clearing sky, that kind of fuels the fire, so to speak, if you get any breaks of sun, which could accelerate the wind speeds even more. It mixes up the atmosphere even more and makes it much easier for the wind that's aloft to come down to the surface. So even though, you might think, oh, okay, the sun's out, not necessarily a good thing in this type of setup. So that's what we're looking at here. Let me just go back up, and we'll take a look at what we're expecting in terms of potential wind gusts. Again, strongest near Lake Erie, and then it'll still be gusty, but not quite as strong as you get south and east of I-90. So that's kind of where we think the real punch in the gut will be. 55 to 65 mile per hour gusts right near the Lake Erie shoreline. It will not last all night, Denise. I think the strongest gusts are probably likely in the 4 to 9 o'clock window, somewhere in there. Now, it's still going to be windy, don't get me wrong, as we go through the overnight, but the wind speed should slowly start to ease as we go through the overnight. So, yeah, Thomas, that's a fairly good bet. That's pretty much what I'm thinking, 55 to 65 mile per hour gusts, so we'll see. Yeah, so if you haven't yet, hopefully you can get out there and secure the loose items, because basically from now through about 10 o'clock, so another 8 hours of this. And again, the wind speeds are only going to increase as we go through the late afternoon and into the evening. And since some of you are already reporting the sky clearing, that is also a concern for me, because again, that clearing mixes the atmosphere up, and the wind is just screaming. It is trucking above your head as this storm system goes to the west, deepens its air pressure. It drags that wind down to the surface. So the damaging gusts, I think, are going to be right near Lake Erie. When is the last time 60? I'll have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head. But listen, I got to get going. So that's what we're watching. High wind warning right near Lake Erie. It's a wind advisory elsewhere, just speaking to the fact areas south, not as strong on the wind speeds, but it will still be gusty, potentially damaging gusts as we head into the late afternoon and into the evening for Erie and the Erie County shoreline up into Chautauqua County. So let us know what you're seeing, and we will update you a little bit later on television. Okay, take care, be safe, and we'll talk to you soon.